Alright, welcome to the mess. So this has basically been my home for the last 2 weeks, getting everything ready as much as that I can think of for our big trip. The next month we're going to travel right around Australia almost pretty much. So trying to organise this camper trailer that we haven't even used yet, working out what works, what doesn't work, what it needs, and making sure everything works on it. And then also getting everything I can think of ready with the Jeep. So in the previous video you probably would have seen me wrap coating the hard top and getting that all insulated, ready to go, because since we're going up north it's going to be hot. Just trying to stop as much heat as possible getting into the Jeep, because we'll be leaving the dogs in there every now and again. And a million other things I've done to it, getting that ready. And then the camper, the main thing I've done on the inside, if I can come in here, it's not too dark, is, might be able to even turn this light on, is I've wired in battery monitor and also an inverter so we can run the Starlink and our laptops and stuff. So little battery monitor, making sure all the solar works, because it's just a little solar panel. And also I wired in an Anderson plug on the Jeep so we can power it or charge it up when we're driving. So little things like that, trying to make a few quality of life improvements for a month-long road trip. So yeah, next video we'll probably be hitting the road, so pretty excited. Let's go. All right, start of our month-long trip around most of Australia in freezing cold, raining Esperance. We've spent 2 weeks getting the camper and the Jeep already, and it's a specially built dog bed.
Come on, Piano.
Hey.
In your bed. In your bed.
Good girl.
No, good.
She's a bit scared. She doesn't know, but yeah, that's good.
Car ride. Do you want to go for a car ride? You do. Well, it's 8,000 kilometers. Going in
Yeah,
it.
and it's probably a good time to be getting out of Esperance because it is freezing. So yeah, first stop Kalgoorlie. Let's go. We made it 61 kilometres before Jen had to stop for a wee.
Piano too.
And the dogs. Wee stop. Good boy. Well, second day in, and we're just at a rest stop just before Uluru. Almost done 1,000 k's. Didn't film much last night because we put up in the dark, and yeah, it was a bit hard to film. It was a rush setup, but sort of in the middle of the nowhere, and it's freezing. It's 15 degrees. So gonna punch on now for a couple more hours, and then pull up somewhere just short of Tropical Capricorn, probably Camarina or something like that, and then that'll give us about 6 or 7 hours to travel into Port Hedland tomorrow. So all right, 4 nights in, and we just spent last night at Port Smith Caravan Park, which is just out of Broome. Pretty nice spot. We're just packing up, about to head to Broome today. So puppies are loving it. What do you reckon? Hey? And everything's going well. We've been doing about 500 k's a day just to get up into the tropics because it's been freezing. And I noticed one thing, a bit of a mischief. Got a leaking oil seal, so a bit of a drama yesterday. We had to air freight some new seals up to Broome, so that's going to be a job before we start doing some serious fall driving. But for now, we are packing up, and we're going to head back out the really nice road that we had to come in to get into this caravan park. So let's go. Broome setup. Internet. Waiting on dinner. Alright, trail repairs in Broome. Got to take all this apart just to replace that tiny little seal. Could have just kept topping it up, but we've got 6,000 k's to go. I thought, nah, we'll spend a few hours, replace both these seals, and then we'll be back on the road. But fun and games. Well, we have made it to the Gibb River Road, and starting it, we've actually driven 2 hours on the Gibb, and finally hit dirt. So it's actually sealed all the way from Derby. So we've been on the Gibb, but we haven't really started it, I wouldn't say. And we just pulled over because we just hit gravel, and there's this cool mountain range that we're gonna, might as well put the drone up while I'm airing down the tyres and have a bit of a look. Puppies are having a wee. Puppies. And it's pretty hot, it's like 33 degrees. So yeah, not too bad for middle of July. And what's the amount of caravans I've seen coming the other way, I'm not too worried about hitting the Gibb because there's been huge caravans, and it can't be that hard if they're taking big 8-metre caravans on it. So should be a good little trip for a few days. I think it's about another 400 or 500 k's to Kununurra. So yeah, we'll air down and get into it. Well, we're about an hour in on the gravel, and it's been pretty soft. Although it is really dry. After being in Broome, where everything was green, it's like we're back in the Pilbara. But if it stays as smooth as this, it'll be easy as, but we'll wait and see. Oh, the Gibb River Road, the ultimate four-wheel drive odyssey that you could do in a Suzuki Swift. Most of it's been sealed, and yeah, the Midlands Highway in Tasmania is in worse condition than this. Yes, freshly graded, because if you can't get a 10-metre caravan through, what good is the road?
That's just tinkle toes. Didn't want to get them wet.
Nope. Pretty nice. Puppies? We made it to the gorge, all 4 of us. And here it is. Pretty nice. Alright, next gorge on the list. We've got to walk in about 1 kilometre. What was this one? I can't remember what it was called, but we'll type it on the screen. Oh, we've got to pick up the dogs because they're not friendly to kids. Hup. Ooh. Here we go. Book. I wouldn't have to pick you up if you didn't savage all the kids. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. Ooh. Getting there. A little bit up through the bush. Well, if there's one thing that sums up the Gibb, lovely waterfalls and crawling with 10 gazillion people. Nothing like being remote. Another little creek crossing. There's not much. It's flowing a little bit, but I got a good spot to camp. Further in. Early morning on the Gibb. We found a little camp spot. The river's just over the back there. No one around. Finally found some quiet. And it's a good spot. But time for some coffee. Airing back up after doing the Gibb, so just about to start airing up. And unfortunately, this was a little bit of a letdown. Extremely busy. Might as well have been staying in a caravan park in the capital city, and just lots of gravel tracks with not really much to see. Probably the nicest bit is this big mountain range behind us at the end. We are at the east end, and we just crossed the Pentecosta River, I think it is, and sort of the only campsite within 200 kilometres, and it is just absolutely jam-packed full of people. So if you want to come to the Gibb River, do not come in July. It is ridiculous. So we're just going to keep driving because there's no point camping jam-packed in like sardines. So I'm just going to air up and probably cruise into Wyndham and have a bit of a look in there. Well, set up again. We just left the Gibb today, and we had no idea where to go, so we decided to come up to Wyndham. And then quick Google, we found a spot that said there's some Indigenous artworks, and look at what we've turned up to. How good is that? And they're all up in here. We just walked up there before. And the best part, there's no one here. After being in the middle of Sydney CBD on the Gibb, quietness and nature. How good. Okay, going back up to these artworks just one more time, now that it's sunset and it's cooled down about 15 degrees. Oh, you can still feel the heat coming off, but if you have a look, pretty awesome. And there's no one else here, which is the best bit. Oh, pretty cool. Well, we travelled for 3 or 4 days and we've made it all the way to Kakadu, and we are currently walking through one of the little parks, and it's pretty specky. Go and see some rock art. So it's quite nice. Whoa. Oh, there it is in there. Pretty awesome. And the path continues this way. Day 2 in Kakadu, and we are walking up the side of a mountain. Woo. Going to see some waterfalls, but it is hot. Woo. Well, we made it to the plateau. It's hot. Hopefully there's a good lookout somewhere up here to make it worthwhile. That was the Twin Falls. Now we've got to walk all the way back down the mountain. But and then we've got to head to Gibb Gorge, which is supposed to be pretty awesome. So we'll drive back to Gibb and check that out. This is Gibb Gorge. Super busy, but we are going to go and try and get in the water because it's really hot. So a bit more rock hopping. So much rock hopping. Oh. Our legs are jelly. We are so close. There's water in there. Whew. Oh, I can see the water. Whoa. Pretty awesome. You're right down there. Time to get in. Just finished the Gibb Gorge and it was pretty awesome. But we are buggered after doing the 2 walks in the same day. If you only had one day to do it, definitely do Gibb and not Twin Falls. It was way more impressive. Oh, back to camp. Good work, sweetie. Alright, well, it's been nearly a week since we did any filming. We were in Catherine last time, I think, and haven't really filmed much. We've done a fair bit though. We've been to some hot springs in Mataranka, which were good, and then we went all the way down to Uluru, checked that out a little bit. It's a bit tricky with the dogs, so I try and get in and out, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. And now we are on the Outback Way, or the Great Central Road between Uluru and Laverton, or Laverton, however you say it. And it's about 1100 k's of dirt road, but it's pretty awesome. There's like barely any traffic, and really in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, we're doing pretty much 110 the whole way. It's like, yeah, been really good. So on the way home now, we're gonna, yeah, Laverton, and then back down to Kalgoorlie, and then back to Esperance and home. So yeah, happy days. And we just pulled up at home. After a couple big days driving, we just decided to send it and get back home. So we did about 700 k's today. And as you can see, bit of nice orange dirt against the white limestone of Esperance, but 9,000 k's trip is done, and back to work. But hope you enjoyed watching, and if you had any questions, let us know. But yeah, happy days.